Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Nothing much to really report today. There's a few differences on the pond. It's still quite nippy at the moment. I think it was -2 earlier on, so it is still on the cold side. So I've made a food dispenser. I'll show you that. I just want to do a big shout out for Peter Puddle's Koi Pond YouTube channel. Thank you, mate. He's provided two 90 bends so I could complete it. So a big thank you. Go over and check his channel out. He's relatively a small YouTuber, not many videos, but you know, have a look at his channel. I'll put a link in the description box if you want to see his channel. And yeah, I thought I'd just show you more or less the pond, the food dispenser that I've made out of 1.5-inch pipe. A big thank you to Martyn's Koi Pond. He suggested more or less how I should go about building it. So we've got 490 bends and some pipe. It's relatively small. I didn't want a big one, just something big enough because my fish are relatively small anyway. The one thing I have done that many people do but I've decided not to do is not use solvent weld glue on it and just keep it freely fit together. Because you never know, you might at some point think maybe it should be a bit bigger, and you can disassemble it and put some bigger pipe together and you're not destroying anything because of the glue being on there. So that's why I've not actually glued it together. A bit like a push fit type thing really. And there you go really, that's more or less what we've been doing with the pond at the moment. I bought a new ornament for the pond, I'll show you that. And that's it really. So let's have a look at the pond. So there we are, here's the rectangle that I've made to contain the food. As you can see, it's not that big, but it does its job. In comparison to one of these one plastic round ones you can buy off eBay or Amazon. You look at the size comparison, there's a bit of a size comparison there, isn't there? As you can see, it's a bit bigger and it's staying in place as it is there because it's next to the floating basket there. I'll just show you around the rest of the pond as well. There's the wetland filter. I thought I'd just talk about wetland filters a little bit more because Gaz's Koi Pond, put a link in the description box for that if you want to check out his live shows that he does every Thursday at 7:30. There was a discussion talking about wetland filters and bog filters, and people get them mixed up. They're not the same thing. A wetland filter is basically made up of gravel and stones with a void underneath to allow the water to filter up through and over and down the spillway. Now a bog filter is slightly different. It's basically, you may have a void underneath it like I've got here, because basically we've got pipes that allow empty water to fill there and then rise up. Now a bog filter, essentially you could have the same sort of void underneath, but it's just soil and plants basically. It's not as good as a wetland filter, so I just wanted to make that point out. And obviously we've got sponges there to filter out all the muck and the hard matter, and then obviously all the other stuff floats into the bottom and rises up and gets filtered by all that gravel and stones. So what else have we got new? I've got a nice bird here. I picked it up from B&Q, nice little ornament there, just hope it stays in place and doesn't get blown around. Should be alright there. And obviously we've got the pergola there, the dragon, another pergola, and another like duck family ornament I took off a solar panelled duck bath thing. So basically it's still cold, the fish are still hanging out at the bottom there, you know, they're not going anywhere. So really that's it for today. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update of the pond. So if you are interested in building one of these food dispensers using some PVC pipe, just get 1.5 inch pipe, 4 90-degree bends, and again a big shout out to Peter Puddle's Koi Pond for sending me two of these 90-degree bends. I only had 2, so I've got some shiny ones there that I got off the eBay site, and obviously I got some other Flowplast ones off Peter there. So there you go, that's it. Thanks for watching. One thing I did want to point out, and I have noticed a flaw with the skimmer guard. So I'll just show you the flaw, what happens here. Now if your water level is bang on the actual lined part of the actual skimmer guard, as you can see there, and the water is directly on that plastic bit there, no skimming action will happen. So it needs to be below or above that line. Now I suppose we could get around that by cutting a section out here and here, but it would also weaken the strength of the skimmer guard doing that. So it's up to you if you think that's a good idea to put, you know, cut a little hole in here just in case at some point the water does fill up and just rests on that line, and no skimming action will happen then. Because I noticed that when my water level was about that high, it wouldn't skim. So when I lowered the water, it started skimming again. So just keep that in mind. So Makakoi, if you're ever experienced that, just lower your water or raise your water or cut some of this, because I know you've done a similar thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.